Welcome into Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. I'm Jeffrey Cooperstein. Great to be with you guys. On today's show, why Nico Harrison must make a move ahead of the 2025 NBA trade deadline. Before we go any further, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's youtube.com/MavericksTV. We're covering all of the latest Mavericks news and rumors analysis. We do live watch parties every week as well, leading up to the 2025 NBA trade deadline. This is your one-stop shop for all things Dallas Mavericks. So there's a trend that I think we need to follow here as Mavericks fans as we take a look at the NBA trade deadline, which is about 3 weeks away or so on February 6th. And that trend is Nico Harrison likes to be very, very active. We know that ESPN NBA insider Brian Windhorst reported last week that the Mavericks were among the most active members at the NBA trade deadline. And that would reign true because Nico Harrison has made a major move at each of the 3 deadlines. He has been in charge of this team. And I kind of want to go through all of the deals so we can kind of get an idea of what the Mavericks might be looking at here at the NBA trade deadline. So his first year in charge, this was trade number 1. And this was a big one right off the bat, man. The Mavs sent Kristaps Porzingis to the Wizards in exchange for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. And at the time, I did not like the deal, but it turned out to be a great one for the Mavs as Dinwiddie was a key piece for the Mavericks getting to the Western Conference Finals in that 2022 season. Dinwiddie is not that guy now, but back then he certainly was, averaging over 17 points, shot 40% from 3. And he was a fantastic piece for this Dallas Mavericks team. At the time, Nico Harrison made his first bold move as a member, as a GM, as a decision maker for the Dallas Mavericks. And that one paid off dividends, man, because they really needed an extra guard. They needed extra ball handling. And with Luka, Brunson, and Dinwiddie there, they were able to win their first couple of playoff series for the first time since the championship year in 2011. So that was the first trade Nico Harrison made at the NBA trade deadline in 2022. In 2023, we all remember this deal that he made. The Mavs sent Dorian Finney-Smith and the aforementioned Spencer Dinwiddie, along with a couple of picks, one first-round pick and a couple of other picks to the Nets for Kyrie Irving. Now, at the time, the Mavericks were 4th in the Western Conference. We all know what happened from there. It was a really, really struggle bus for the second half of that season in 2023. They end up missing the postseason. They get the 12th overall pick in the NBA draft, or the 10th, excuse me. They traded down. They selected Derek Lively. They got Omax Prosper as well, but that set the Mavericks up for success the following season, which of course they made the 2024 NBA Finals, and Kyrie was a huge part of that. Kyrie has become the vocal leader, the spiritual leader of this Mavericks team. And he's a big reason why they are where they are right now. I know it's tough in Mavs land currently with the injury to Derek Lively, the injury to Luka Doncic. The Mavs are really struggling at the moment. But when fully healthy, and they have a fully healthy Kyrie, he is a huge piece of this team going forward. And Nico Harrison was a big part of assembling and getting Kyrie here. Kyrie also signed a 3-year max deal to stay in Dallas here after he became a free agent, and that was due to his relationship with Jason Kidd, due to his relationship with Nico Harrison. At the end of the day, Nico makes things happen, and I think he's going to have to make things happen here again if the Mavericks want to do some damage in the Western Conference. We'll get to the 2 other trades here in just a moment, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and they have to do with the current Dallas Mavericks team. But before we do, let's get to our sponsor, which of course is PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, where each Tuesday, PrizePicks will discount select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Here's the projection I had for the Mavericks-Nuggets game. I went with the more on Nikola Jokic, 22.5 rebounds and assists. I also took the more on Russell Westbrook, more than half a three-pointer made. That one hit. And I took the more on Kyrie Irving, 24 points. You can copy my picks, or you can make picks of your own. Just make sure you do it with our friends over at PrizePicks. And it's not just basketball, it's football, it's baseball, it's soccer, it's hockey. Any sport you can think of, PrizePicks has it. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive that bonus. It is guaranteed. Again, download the app today. Use code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be clickable in the comments and the description of today's show. It is PrizePicks. Run your game. Trade number 3 that Nico Harrison made at the NBA trade deadline, and this one was last year at 2024. The Mavericks send Grant Williams and Seth Curry to Charlotte for P.J. Washington, and we stand on business. We absolutely love P.J. here in Dallas, the Frisco, Texas native by way of Kentucky. P.J. has been absolutely awesome for this team, both on the defensive end. He's brought an edge, a little bit of tenacity. He's the perfect starting four to pair alongside Luka and Kyrie. I really love what P.J. has brought to this squad. He's an integral part of this team going forward. He's under contract for at least another season. I think the Mavs will end up signing PJ to an extension just because he is that important to what they do here. I think he's loved in the locker room. I know he's loved in the community. So PJ Washington is a huge part of this team going forward. And that was trade number 3. And of course, trade number 4, as we revisit with the Wizards, the Mavs sent Rashawn Holmes and a first-round pick to Washington for Daniel Gafford. And they finally got that center rotation that they were looking for between Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. It relegated Dwight Powell being this team's third center, which is where he always should be. And the Lively and Gafford duo has been absolutely fantastic for this team and has made the Mavericks center duo one of the best in the NBA, if we're being honest. So at the end of the day, I think when you take a look at these 4 trades here, that tells me that Nico Harrison absolutely has to make a move at this deadline. Whether it's trade, I don't think it's going to be trading for a star like Jimmy Butler or like Kyle Kuzma. It can be a move for a role player like a PJ Washington or Daniel Gafford type. It can be a move for a bench scorer. It doesn't have to be a super sexy move and everyone looks like, wow, look at what the Mavericks are doing. It just has to be a move that, number 1, improves this roster and improves the bottom line. Number 2, doesn't jeopardize future flexibility, And number 3, is a good locker room and culture fit. And I think that's the most important part. Is not everyone is fit for the Dallas Mavericks culture. Not everyone is fit to be coached by Jason Kidd. Not everyone is fit to play with Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. You've got to find that perfect fit, for the Mavericks at the trade deadline, and that's simply easier said than done. I think the Mavericks can get it done, but it's going to be interesting to see what they end up doing. Call your shot right now down in the comment section. Who will the Mavericks trade for this year? Let me know down in the comments. Will it be a Kyle Kuzma? Will it be a Jimmy Butler who has publicly requested a trade? Will it be someone that we haven't even talked about on the channel yet? It could be completely out of the blue. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys are thinking. And before we head on out of here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's youtube.com/MavericksTV. We're covering all of the latest Mavericks news and rumors, giving you analysis. Like I said, weekly watch parties as well. And we'll see you soon here on Mavericks Today. If the Mavs make a move, we have you covered. Stay tuned and peace out.